Everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. There's this article, and I'm going to continue the Southwest story because this is the crux of the matter. And you're going to see how a lot of the things that I've been talking about just all intermingled when you see the globalization that's taking place. That started with, the foundation of the World Economic Forum in the 70s, the Trilateral Commission, the Council for Foreign Relations. A lot of these institutions that were set forth were to help with the globalization. Now, there's this book, Creature of Jekyll Island. Good book. I haven't finished reading it, but good book so far. And in this book, you get a very detailed and in depth look of many things, although it doesn't cover everything because it's just so big to cover. It hits it right in those sweet spots where it gives you just enough for you to kind of gauge a lot of the things that have been happening in the past century. And folks, this is all coming to a climax, I do believe. I believe that the institution of the Federal Reserve Act in 1913 gave precedence to a time like this. Because when you institute central banks and they start having monetary control, you as a debt owner are essentially a slave. It's a modern day version of a slave. And it's going to get pretty nasty. And I'm about to show you why. So, Southwest. We've been seeing the issues that have been happening with Southwest. And here in this article is the CEO talking. He says that he never wanted to use this mandate, but the president's federal rules forced his hand, he said. I've never been in favor of corporations imposing that kind of mandate. I'm not in favor of that. But regardless of what he believes, he's going along with it. Now, money is a big factor in all of this. People want to gain their profits. They want to keep their livelihoods. It's not easy standing on the minority side of things. It's not, because it comes with a cost. And sometimes that cost may very well mean your livelihood. I was having a conversation with a friend, actually multiple conversations, and I told them, I said, there's going to come a time in which your morals and your principles will be tested. And they will be tested to the very core, where you'll even question why you have those morals and those principles. And it's important in the times that we have now, while we still have whatever's left of freedom, to really boggle down and nail down those principles and morals that we stand for. Because if we don't do it in times in which we still are able to express our freedom, we're not going to do it in the times when it gets more difficult. And look over here, if this isn't any indication of what's coming, that by the end of the year, there will be a federal mandate enforced, confirmed by the White House. So, folks, it's no other way to put it other than it's coming and it's here. Don't get used to the crisis that's already on hand. Don't become accustomed to that, because then you're just lulled to sleep. Here's an important note to take note of that the media is reporting here. A record 4.3 million workers quit their jobs in August, led by food and retail industries. Well, where's the title that says because they're forced to quit their jobs? They're not giving the full story, as George Gammon says here. And that's why credibility is being lost. it doesn't exist anymore for these mainstream media companies. Doesn't. We see Boeing going along with these mandates. It's happening. And it's here. And that's why I talk about being prepared. Because this isn't something that's just gonna, I don't believe it's gonna be something that passes by. Because what already started is gonna keep on going. This is a global effort. If you hear the slogan "Build Back Better," this is not just domestic. This is international. Canada is saying "Build Back Better." France is saying "Build Back Better." All these nations are saying "Build Back Better." And what is Pelosi doing meeting at the Vatican? Folks, there's an issue when you start mixing church and state. It's something you have to be aware of. There's a reason why those two don't mix. But I'll leave it there. I hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. As always, I like hearing from you. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.